You want like flower? I'm not getting flowers as a matching tattoo. I'm not getting flowers.
Yeah,
and also, what does that have to do with sharks?
I could get a shark with flowers or something around it.
But what does that have to do with sharks?
I just want it to be pretty.
You just
and feminine.
You want a pretty? Is a shark pretty and feminine?
Can be.
No. The whole purpose of it was to get matching shark tattoos.
Well, they could be not like completely matching. They could be.
Well, then they're not matching if they're not matching.
They're similar. They're similar.
But then they're not matching.
We can get the same tattoo, just altered a little bit.
You can get a feminine flowery tattoo that's separate from your brother-sister shark tattoo. And also Savannah needs to get it as well.
Savannah's not getting a tattoo.
She will if the two of her siblings do, and you both need to get tattoos for mom, like I did.
No.
Ooh, where I got a cassette tape that says mom on it, you should get one that is like a CD that says mom on it, and Savannah can get like an MP3 player that says mom on it.
I'm not getting a straight up mom tattoo.
What the fuck are you trying to say?
I'm just saying I'm not gonna do it. I'll get like a Hawaiian flower or something for mom, but I'm not gonna.
Lame. Y'all are so lame. Like, who cares?
Just what I like. It's my personal likes.
You're gonna die one day anyway. Who cares what you put on your body? Look at Malone. That man's got a garbage dumpster fire put on his face. You don't care.
If I don't like it, I'm not gonna put it on my body.
Hey everybody, welcome to Jaws Breakers, the Scary Funny Shark Show, where we talk about shark movies and watch them with you on Twitch, and then we do a podcast, and this is the podcast version of that. Sorry about that. We're over half an hour late to record this podcast. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not my fault. I was
24 hours and 24 hours and 30 minutes plus late to recording the podcast of its normal time because my sister ditched me on the normal recording date, and that's what happened. That's what happened. What do you got to say for yourself? Her name is Jasmine, and there she is. Jasmine, say hi.
Hi, I was streaming Phasmophobia.
Oh.
With our good friend Laggy. 13.
Oh. Well, my name is Bret, and I also stream over on BREAKERstreams, and Jasmine didn't say her, so we won't plug it today. But yeah, we watched a movie. We watched Meteor Doll, correct? We watched a movie. This past Saturday, as of this recording, and we watched The Reef. And it was a nightmare. Ba-dum-bum-bum. What a pain in the ass. I couldn't get it to work on the computer, and Jasmine set it up, and I was like 10 minutes late after she started it, so I missed like the first 10 minute. I don't know how long. I'll be honest. Like, I could barely hear anything. It was just a technological nightmare. I gleaned what I could. People stuck in water, shark eat people. Jasmine?
Yeah, we watched The Reef.
Did I perfectly sum it up?
Yeah. To be honest, it's tough for a movie to come back like after we watched 47 Meters Down, to be honest.
Well, it was gonna be like that for any movie. The reason why I picked The Reef is because it's like a pair of couples go out on a sailing boat, romantic trip, blah, blah, blah. And
Valentine's Day, crap.
This was meant to be our like Valentine's Day, but unfortunately
we got pushed back a week.
We got pushed back a week. I don't remember.
I got sick.
Was that why? I don't think that was why.
We pushed it back a week because I got sick and we didn't record the next thing until I was done being sick.
No. That's why we pushed down. No, it got pushed back because 47 Meters Down 2 got pushed back because you were sick. That's why. Mm-hmm. That's why it was off.
I'm saying that it was pushed back either way because I was sick.
Right. Everything's kind of delayed, which isn't your fault.
No, but we watched The Reef. It came out in 2011. It was an hour and 34 minutes, and it was directed by Andrew Traucki.
Really? You don't say.
Yeah, and you might know Andrew Traucki from a movie called Blackwater. He also did another Reef movie called The Reef. Stopped.
What?
Yeah. And then he's also known for the ABCs of Death, which I've seen before. I like it. It's weird but
Blech.
good. Brett doesn't, but
I
this
don't like
movie,
animal horror.
it's not all. It's basically it's a sum of a bunch of short story horror, and each person who created a film got a letter, and they took that letter and they made whatever short film in that, and they played literally each all the way to Z. So that's what that is.
I got an idea.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
Audio problems. Okay, never mind. It was just a one-off. Wow, that was weird.
You're weird.
It sounded like a robot garbled back what I said through your computer back to my earbuds, earbulbs, earphones.
Well, I do have your good headset here.
Yeah, but you're not using it, so.
No.
I
Not.
know.
No. But Reef.
Your hair is blue. We forgot to mention that up at the top. YouTube
It's
video link
really,
down below.
It's not really this color though.
You look like cyberpunk humped its way onto our show. I was gonna say I had an idea. Why don't we have like the people that partake in our silly little show create the matching brother sister shark tattoo?
If they want, I'll only put it on my body if it's good.
No. You can't put caveats like that. If we're getting audience participation, then we have to stick to our guns. Our word is our bond.
I'm not gonna have my first tattoo be something that I don't love.
But it's a symbol of something you do love, aka your brother and this show and this thing that we share in common. It's not about being quote unquote good. Good is subjective. It's more about
my approval before I put it on my body.
Nobody cares about your approval.
My body, my choice.
You're approaching this from no, you give your body for the show.
No.
You do what is necessary for the show.
No.
If we go and cage dive and with real sharks for the show, you're gonna do that for the show.
Well, yeah, because I want to do that. I'm not gonna do something I don't want to do. Sorry.
Spoiler alert: we're gonna fucking do that eventually.
Maybe one day.
No, that's gonna be. No. I mean, obviously, we need like.
Oh, you have a plan?
We need the. I have a 3-year roadmap for this show, baby. But a lot of that, specifically is contingent. It's contingent on a lot of things falling into place, including like the pandemic going the fuck away. I'm not free diving with sharks. I'll get into a cage and. I mean, I would I might even not be able to, because if they see me starting to panic, they might not let me do it.
Well, we could always do like the baby, like the
babies.
Well, some sharks go near the sand and stuff, like the small ones. So maybe we could do something like that.
I don't know what you're talking about. The Reef.
I don't remember what they're called.
So 2 couples go on a sailboat. I don't remember. I missed this part. They hit a literal reef at somewhere, and the boat ends up capsizing.
Well, no, hold on.
There's one other guy too.
It's 2 couples and a random guy.
Yeah. So apparently they all know each other too, correct?
Yeah, they're like all friends.
Yeah. So the boat capsizes, and 4 of the 2 couples decide to try and swim for shore, right?
Yes.
Did they ever say how far the distance is? I'm sure they must have. Obviously, it had to have been within swimming distance, or else they wouldn't have even attempted.
I can't tell you right now because you'll find out later. That's
okay. Well, first off, like all boats I believe, are required to have some sort of radio communication. So if you start to go under, you can call for help.
Well, apparently they were in an area that.
Where did this take place?
In Australia.
Okay, Australia's got to have.
But they were saying that they were in an area. They were saying that they ended up going into an area where there was the only way to communicate was like through airplanes and stuff, but no airplane, like air traffic or whatever, and there was none.
I don't know if I buy that. Wait, did they ever say what year this took place in, or were we just expected to think it's like modern day?
I don't know. I mean, it came out in 2011, so I would say.
So you'd say that they tried to make it seem like it was a modern day thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, Jazmin, just so that you don't, because usually you go through the play-by-play of the plot and the things that happen in the movie. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna do it this time. You cool with that?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Just let me tell everybody because everyone's so interested in the ratings. Ratings.
Ratings.
IMDb gave them a 5.8 out of 10. They got 80% Rotten Tomatoes. And they got 78% of Google users like the movie. So actually, this movie got a lot of good ratings.
How many people are using Google, though, to watch movies? 5? And like 3 of them like the movie?
I don't know. But they got 80% Rotten Tomatoes, too. So apparently a lot of people like the movie.
80% Rotten Tomatoes. I mean...
Is that how that works? Is 80% good or is 80% bad Rotten Tomatoes?
80% out of 100 seems pretty good to me.
I mean, if it's... But like Rotten Tomatoes, like... are typically bad. So like if you're throwing tomatoes, 80% of Rotten Tomatoes is bad compared to a less amount of tomatoes.
I don't know, Jazmin. I don't know. What do you want from me here?
I don't know, but that's what we got. Want me to go through the cast?
I guess if we must.
I'll make it quick. We gotta tell everyone about everything.
Do we?
Well, yeah.
Is that what this show is?
You're doing the play-by-play, and I'm giving the facts.
Is that what this show is about, though? You said that's what this show is about.
Facts. You got Damian Walsh Howling, who plays Luke. You got Guyton Brantley, who plays Matt. You got Adrian Pickering, who plays Susie. Zoe Naylor, who plays Kate. Kieran Darcy Smith, who plays Warren, and you got Mark Simpson, who plays Shane.
Marge Simpson.
Mark.
No. You said Marge Simpson.
I did not say Mark.
That's what I heard, and that's what I'm sticking with.
Okay, go ahead. I don't know which one's which. I don't remember who's Luke, who's Susie, who's Matt. I don't remember whose is whose. So
doesn't matter.
No, because this movie was
Well, I don't think it was bad per se.
Another fact.
Facts.
They used real sharks for this movie, and I knew it. I called it.
Well, I could have told you that.
They filmed all of the sharks and stuff in South Africa. Or not Africa, South Australia.
Yeah, but they were not in the same place as the people as they filmed.
Yeah, but they still... They didn't use CGI for this movie. I don't think. Not really.
Not in the way you typically associate with a shark movie. So, here's what happened basically. So
play by play, let's go.
Yeah, so fast forward to what we've already talked about. Boat's capsized and the two couples decide to swim for it. And the one guy decides to stay behind. We never get any resolution on what happens to him. But as the four couples are swimming, one of the ladies sees something or thinks she sees something and starts to panic somewhat. The guy with the goggles goes underneath the water, and after a few moments of looking, he eventually does see...
Only one person gets goggles.
Yep. He sees something. He doesn't know what it is. And he comes back up and he says he sees something. He doesn't know what it is. Yes. And then, of course, it turns out shortly thereafter that it is, in fact, a great white, a very large great white, to be sure.
She looked pregnant, like a pregnant great white.
It was a large shark. And of course they panic. And there's really not much to do. I mean, the one thing you don't want to do in this situation is panic, but I quite honestly can't even blame them. You know, it's some scary ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
To be sure. So naturally, one dude gets sneak attacked from below. Shark's got him. He disappears into the water. He comes back up a little bit of ways away, and the other guy swims to him, and he's only alive for a few moments before he just basically passes out.
He lost the leggies.
Bleeds out, and he dead. They swim some more. Of course, his partner flips the fuck out, and you know, I mean, as you would, right?
Yes.
But they kind of get some stuff back under control. And eventually the dude, his lady, she gets got too. Right, Jasmine? Correct me if
Yeah,
I'm
but
wrong.
after they actually spend a night in the water. Crazy thing. They were like freaking out over sharks, and I guess all of them passed out, and and then when they woke up, they were all together, which is not what would happen in real life. In real life, you would have to like tie yourself to each other to make sure you don't float away from each other. So that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't even remember that part.
Yeah, they were so stressed out after the death. They swam some, but they were so exhausted they fell asleep on the buoy. And then that morning, she ends up thinking she sees something again, and it turns out again it's a great white. But like the fact that they were able to spend a night in open water, not like attached to each other or anything like that, unscathed, doesn't make any sense, because you would have sharks still nudging you and like questioning whether or not you're either food or.
I mean, I disagree with that. I don't think sharks should do that at all.
I've seen some documentaries on Shark Week where these two guys, they jump out of a plane and they basically have to swim to a specific area of open water where there's known to be like sharks and stuff. None of them are injured or anything, but they have to spend like a couple days with like no food or water. But they do get a net to like sleep in, because sharks did come up and nudge them and try to figure out
right.
if they were food.
Curious sharks will in fact do that. I'm not disputing that. I'm saying in this specific scenario, I mean, I'm not doubting that that's possible or has happened before. I'm saying it's unlikely, is all I'm saying.
Well, it did do it in the daytime, and it was the same shark, and they were like, it's the same shark.
But I'm just saying, just because that's happened before doesn't mean that's going to happen to these people in this movie. Like,
I guess, but most likely in real life, that's what would have happened.
No. I don't even want to say most likely that that's what's going to happen in real life. It's just it's a possibility, and it either happened or didn't. It's just not more likely or less likely to happen. It's just it is what it is. They managed to make it through a night without being eaten again.
That's just. It seems.
Some of that is also
like
probably because they weren't distressed and they weren't thrashing around or swimming erratically.
Okay. Well, the fact that they all were in the same exact place.
Anyway, so moving on away from boring conversation. Moving away from boring ass conversation.
It's science.
Chick gets got. It's not science.
Yeah, we're talking about scientific.
You don't, but things. We don't have the backings of numbers. We have a documentary you saw on Shark Week once. And Shark Week has had plenty of documentaries that are very questionable at best. This was
last year's Shark Week.
They also have done like megalodon shit and that falsify that just I don't even want to get it. I don't want to get into it. This is not the episode to get into Shark Week. And they're sometimes bullshit. But
it was real life. They did it.
Okay. Moving on. Nobody cares. But you won't let me move on. They eventually girl gets got. Her ass is dead too. She gets
instant dead.
She pretty much instant. She gets dragged underneath and the dude swims out to try and find her, and he looks under the water and he sees just a swarm of fish just like feasting on where her body is. Like
apparently is.
Yeah, like she's dead. Like quick. They eventually do find a reef that is just kind of barely under the water, so they're still kind of in the water, but they're up on. They have a measure of safety, but there's another reef that's above the water, and they try to make it. They try to get to that one, and they do, but as they're trying to climb up it, like the girl, I think he helps the girl, the last guy helps the
He's
girl
pushing
get
up
up
her
there.
butt.
Yeah.
He's like, get
And
up there, pull me
and
up.
he's basically begging her to pull him up. And she's trying, but not with enough time for the shark, because the shark comes up, grabs him, and he just disappears and is gone. And she just cries and screams, and that's the end of the movie. The end. Play by play over.
And they couldn't
The
get on the
reef.
reef. They couldn't get on the large reef because all the water was going back and forth, and the sides were smooth. So.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's the reef. And I thought the movie itself was okay. It was very scary, very activating of my thalassophobia, like very scary in that regard. Mixing in like the footage of real sharks worked perfectly in this movie, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean they switched from like the guy with the goggles putting his head down, looking around, and then insert real shark
And
footage.
it was done in a way that didn't seem like okay. I mean, it's obvious that it's fake. It's a movie. We know that, but it was done in a way that felt like the characters saw that, even though they're reacting to things that aren't actually there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say like the sharks hunting methods in this movie seemed true to life. They typically will circle something that seems interesting to them, but then they almost always like attack from below, and
Mm-hmm.
that's something we saw from this shark a lot.
And
Uh,
it did test them a couple
and
times.
you usually don't ever see the shark coming. Like if you can see the shark, you're probably okay. Like you're never going to see the shark make a beeline straight to you. Sharks attack from below, and they attack fast because they're used to attacking things that are fast, so they need to be fast, hit things quick, take large chunks out of them, um, and that's what they do. So this movie accurately depicted a shark being interested, circling, and then disappearing and reappearing from below and taking people out. That's exactly what it did. However, the part that's fantasy is like the thought of one man-eating shark that's hunting three people, or well, four people. You know,
Or
it presumably would have eaten all of them had it gotten the chance, but that's
or it would have
unlikely.
been or it would have been like different types of sharks.
Sharks don't target people. Like they would do that if they're like really
They
hungry.
haven't eaten in a
Like
long time.
you are not their normal prey, so typically they have no interest in you. Or if they bite a human, they have a tendency to spit them back out. um but if you know, even if this shark ate a person, chances are it's going to have enough of a meal to not pursue the rest of them.
Right.
And in this movie, it was depicted as one shark hunting them down. I think it would have been more realistic if it was multiple sharks.
I
Seems
agree.
more realistic, but that's not the story of this movie, because this movie is very loosely based on a real story.
Oh, and the guy who we forgot to mention, the guy
The guy.
who was left on the messed up yacht, he was never found in real
in
life and in the movie.
in the movie, he didn't exist. I'm sorry, in the real life, he didn't exist.
In real life, he didn't exist, but in the movie, he was never found.
Right. So assuming like he probably died of
Hydration.
dehydration, a mix of being in the you know, in the sun 24/7 with no reprieve, freezing at night, no water, no food, and then he probably either slid off the boat and drowned, or he just died of like you said, dehydration and exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, if you give me the choice, I'm picking that option over swimming to shore. The hell with that shit.
Oh yeah, because there's still a possibility you might float into an area. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very unlikely, but I mean, you have higher risk chances of surviving on a boat than swimming in open area that you don't really even know what direction you're going. You don't see
Well,
any land.
They seem to know which direction they're going, right? In the movie.
No, quote unquote, know what direction they're going. They don't have like a compass or anything. This guy's just like, oh yeah, the island is like that way.
Yeah.
We should be able to get there by night. And this guy didn't take in consider currents or anything like that.
I don't think there's not much of a current in the middle of the ocean per se, but also like falling asleep would doom you to not being able, because when you're in the middle of the ocean, every direction looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to move on. So the real story behind the movie of the Reef, or I mean the real events that it was loosely based on, I found a archived newspaper article from July 27th, 1983. And it's entitled Shark Kills Two People in Coral Sea. Townsville, Australia. 15-foot shark mauled and killed two crew members of a capsized shrimp boat in the Coral Sea. One as she clutched the hand of the vessel's horrified skipper. Ray Boundy, 28, skipper of the new venture, told his tale of a maritime terror Tuesday, a few hours after being rescued from Loder's Reef, 45 miles northeast of Townsville. He had been in the Coral Sea off Australia's northeast coast for 36 hours. So already here's a difference. The skipper, this Ray Boundy guy, is the guy who survived out of the crew. They were the crew of the boat. They weren't like couples or lovers or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3 people instead of 4. He said from his hospital bed that that his deckhand, who was also 24 of Brisbane, and his cook, who was 21 of Townsville, were attacked by a shark he estimated at 15 feet long as they clung to the capsized vessel. Should I say their names or not?
I mean, they're dead.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It was a very long time ago, and we're not saying it in a disrespectful tone at all.
Yeah, it's facts.
And I've already said Boundy's name. So Boundy's deckhand, Dennis Patrick Murphy, 24 of Brisbane, and his cook, Linda Ann Horton, of 21 of Townsville, were attacked by what he estimated was a 15-foot long shark as they clung to the capsized vessel. He said his boat capsized Sunday night in rough seas 60 miles east of Townsville. So already his boat capsized because of rough seas and not because it hit a reef.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's like, again, it's a shrimp boat and not a sailboat. The decky, who was Murphy, was on deck and jumped straight into the water, but Lindy and him were caught in the wheelhouse. We all ended up sitting on top of the upturned hull, wondering what we're going to do, he said. They clung to the wreckage.
They showed that in the movie.
They clung to the wreckage, which included a surfboard, a life ring, and pieces of styrofoam from shrimp boxes as the trawler sank. Boundy said the shark approached Monday night. His quote, "We weren't taking much notice of him, thinking that if we didn't antagonize him, he might leave us alone. He took a bite at my leg under the surfboard, so I kicked him with my other foot, and he let go. About 10 minutes later, the shark struck. He's got my leg. The bastard's got my leg," Boundy quoted Murphy as screaming. "You're joking," I said, but then I could see the blood coming to the surface through the water. I didn't know what to do. We'd been hanging together so well for so long, pushed ourselves so hard. I just didn't know how to deal with it because we had no dinghy. We had nothing to use as a tourniquet, even if we stopped the bleeding. The shark was still going to come back, and I just didn't know what to do. The shark came back, and I said to Murphy, "What do you want to do?" And he said, "You bolt, gather in all the stuff, leave me." And he swam off about 4 or 5 paces, Boundy said in an emotionally choked voice. Everything seemed to be going all right for a couple of hours. I got Lindy to get her spirits back up, and we seemed to be traveling along all right, and I knew we'd get to the reef sometime in the morning. About 4 a.m., the shark struck again. So real quick, the reef, so there's guess they're going back to a reef. Just like in the movie. So about 4 a.m., the shark struck again. Lindy was sitting in the sling of the life buoy when I saw him come along again. I was pretty sure he was the same shark this time. He came along as slow as you like beside me, then slewed around and grabbed Lindy around the arms and chest. I was still holding her by the hand as he shook her about 3 or 4 times. She only let out one little squeal as soon as it hit, and I knew almost instantly that she was dead. And that's the end of the article.
Oh.
So he survived with a bite to the knee, as it were. And
is shocked.
And like if you Google the details, you can see, pictures of the people. It's real sad.
Sounds sad. I mean, It could have been. So there's no really real way to know if it was the same shark or not. He just assumed it was.
Correct. He said he thought it was, but I mean, who knows? And it sounds like a big part of this is that it's a shrimp boat that sank. And with all that shrimp in the water, acting like chum probably brought more than one shark in, one of which bit him on the knee, and another which took the leg off of his shipmate, who then swam away to try and be bait himself, and presumably he probably passed out and sank. And
they kind of did that in the movie a little bit. They did take reference from that, because
so there are some similarities, but there's some big differences. Like, does this movie benefit from having two couples as opposed to a skipper and his crew? Maybe. I mean, the pain of losing a loved one is perhaps more relatable than losing your deckhand as a skipper. Like, maybe I can see why they made the decisions that they made. Honestly.
Yeah, but I don't know. We didn't really get to see. I mean, we missed the first 5 minutes because the way that.
I would also say I would say that the changes neither hurt nor helped. Is that fair?
The transitions in the movie were okay too, so it wasn't like Ice Sharks where it was just like.
Yeah. But anyway, so what do you got for me? You said you got something. You got what? Are you quizzing me? You got that shark quiz?
Yeah, I got a little bit of quiz, but do you want to know how much what the budget was for the movie and those things?
I'm gonna guess $2 million.
No.
Are you gonna tell me?
Yeah, it was 35 million.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, how much can it possibly cost to?
Well, they also
rent a sailboat or buy a sailboat, sink it. I mean, you got to pay your actors and you got to pay your film crew and stuff, and you got to pay for shark people.
They also did
35 million seems like a lot. Does that include like advertising and things?
I have no idea. I don't know, but they did an interesting fact. They invited a bunch of film students for this movie, actually.
How much?
You didn't know?
Well, no. Why would I know?
I don't know, but they brought a bunch of film students to actually watch them make this movie so they could learn how to make movies, which I thought was pretty cool.
How much money did this movie make?
124,000.
Oh, that's it?
Well, 124,764. I don't know if that's million or what, but
no.
I just wrote down 124,764.
All right, so Jazmin, I'm finding some mistakes. The budget is 3.8 million.
Well, Google said it was 35 million.
Not according to Wikipedia. So
well, I looked at it at Google.
Well, let's see.
IMDb, Google said 35.
Let's see. According to Google on mine, yeah, you're right. It says 35 million USD for the budget, but man, that seems like a lot. 3.8 million sounds right to me. Honestly. I'll be honest with you, Jazmin. I think that 35 million is a fuck up by Google.
I don't know. And then it made 1,000.
What do you mean you don't know? It doesn't even have any sources. At least
This is what Google says.
Google doesn't have sources. At least the Wikipedia has a source. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go with 3.8 million.
You say so.
I do say so, because $35 million sounds like a fuckload for...
Well, I mean, shark was like cameras and stuff are really expensive.
That doesn't mean anything. So for comparison, Jazmin, 47 Meters Down had a budget of 5.3 million. Do you think this movie had better anything than 47 Meters Down? So yeah, $35 million. What was it? $35 million? That's insane.
Yeah. That is. But that's what Google said. So I wrote it down. Google, you've lied to me.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, you should have known.
I don't know these things. I don't know the difference between movie budgets. But
Yeah, Jasmine. The budget for the Avengers movie is 143 minutes, or I'm sorry, the budget is 220 million. So like this is, yeah, okay, yeah, that's not a very good comparison, but I was just curious. But yeah, like, oof, oof,
Okay, well,
that's a lot of movie for
I got
sure.
some questions for
Actually,
you.
here we go. Hang on a second. Let me look up the Meg, because the Meg, it does not get a bigger budget than a AAA shark movie than the Meg.
True.
And its budget is 130 million. Okay. All right. 130 to 178. Oh, that's a huge budget for a fucking horrible movie. Was this movie better than the Meg?
Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
The fact that you have to think about it is not
Well,
good.
it depends.
Not good for the Meg.
It depends.
Mhm.
I mean, the Meg has, all the CGI effects. It got so much going on, but the acting is kind of. And then you have this movie, and it's just like in its own category. More laid for a shark movie. I felt pretty laid back watching it. I didn't think, what the fuck is happening. It seemed like a real thing that could happen. Where the Meg was like, no, that's
okay, so just because they're two different styles of horror movie, we can't compare them? Absolutely not. One could absolutely be better than the other.
I don't know which one's better. I can't.
I would argue The Reef is a better movie than The Meg. Now, is it more entertaining than The Meg? Maybe not, but I would argue it's a better movie than The Meg, because The Meg sucks.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. And it was more realistic, so I'll give you that.
I can't find anything about what the hell this movie made. The Reef, it just $124,764 in Australia. I can't find any information worldwide, so
we're just gonna have to go with it.
$125,000 is compared to $3.8 million means it's a horrible, horrible flop. But it made more than that just because of a worldwide release.
Yeah, well, I mean, it did get good ratings. It got okay ratings. It didn't get terrible ratings. So I mean, no.
Oh well. Yeah. So we gotta hurry up. We're taking too much time getting sidetracked here.
Fine.
Let's go. Quiz me.
Rika's freaking out. Sorry, guys.
Do what you will, because we still got after that we still gotta give this bad lad our ranking and then watch the trailer for the next movie. Hello?
Sorry, guys. You're probably picking up Rika in the background.
Yeah, that's fine. She's a dog. That's cool.
I don't know.
Hot Dog Productions, baby.
I don't know what she's doing. But the questions. Okay, Brett. What did the woman? What? I don't even remember his name. Luke. What did Luke tap on the woman's shoulder in the beginning of the movie?
No idea. I think I might have missed that part.
It was a feather, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I think I missed that one.
Okay. What was the island called that they were trying to swim to?
No idea. The Reef Island?
No, it was called Turtle Island.
Oh, I do remember that now that you said that, because they found that dead turtle.
How many miles did they have to swim, or did they think they had to swim?
Oh shit, I don't know this either. I'm gonna guess and say 6.
No, they had to swim 10 to 12 miles.
Okay, well, I undercut it. All right.
Yeah.
I did bad on this one. That's not good at all.
Yeah. How many reef stops did it take to get to the big reef at the end of the movie?
1.
No.
What?
How many stops did they make?
Stops?
Yeah,
on the
little. Yeah, there was like.
Yeah, the one, because she punctured her foot and he had to bandage it up.
They took 3 stops.
I don't remember that. I don't think so. I think you're wrong.
They
on
did.
that. I'm giving myself a point.
They swam up.
All right. Well, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. I got a point, but continue.
And then they swam a third time. What is the name of the yacht?
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that they changed the name from the real story. Am I right?
What do you think it is?
I already forgot. Like I just read it on the newspaper
It's not the
story.
same.
Is it really not? Why wouldn't they keep that? I don't know. The
It was the
Gilded Lily.
It was the boomerang.
The boomerang. That's stupid. Because it's Australian. Dumb.
And then my last question was, what did they find floating in the middle of the ocean?
A dead turtle.
Yeah, so you got 1 out of 1, 2, 3.
I got 2. I'm giving myself 2.
1
That's
out of
fine.
6. No.
Great, fantastic. So I'll do the quiz.
1 out of 6.
So I'll do the quiz for the next movie.
You did awful.
I'll do the quiz for the next movie.
F.
Real quick, we got to give this our ratings. Eye roll meter. Jasmine, go. How corny was this motherfucker?
2.
You thought it was corny at all? I thought 0. I didn't think it was corny at all.
I mean, are we doing out of 5 or out of 10?
We usually do it out of 5.
Okay, so 0.
I would say 0 because there was virtually nothing corny about it, unless you want to.
The only part was the beginning when they were all like making out and stuff, and the feather, and it was just...
That's nothing. It wasn't egregious though either. Like it wasn't like it happened 100 times throughout the movie, or it was like stupid college kids, yada yada.
No, but it was stupid.
It wasn't egregious. Nothing. God, people make out. Don't you make out with your fiance?
It just wasn't needed. It just wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed.
Yes, it was to establish that, like, oh, these are people that are in a relationship together that like each other. It's not on the rocks. Things are great and about to be bad.
Well, actually, they weren't great for that one couple.
All right. Anyway,
they were like, "What
brutality? Brutality. Solid 5. This was very terror-inducing. It's not as brutal as like 47 meters down, like that girl, that dumbass getting ripped in half. But like its kills weren't necessarily creative, but they were accurate, and therein lies the terror. Because this is how it would have happened if in real life.
Yeah, I would agree. I would give it a 3 though, just because we don't actually get to see.
Okay, well that averages out to a 4. So I mean,
they don't. You assume that there's a shark and that they're getting bitten and stuff, but you don't actually like see it in the movie, and that's just
you don't see it in the movie, but you see it from the human side, and that's why it's terrifying. Because
for you, terrifying.
This is if you were them, this is what you would be seeing, and that is what's I think.
I wasn't
cheesy. How cheesy is this movie, baby? I'm gonna say 0. I don't think this movie was cheesy at all.
I don't think it was meant to be cheesy either. So 0.
Well, a lot of them aren't meant to be cheesy and just are. Cheese is not something that a lot of movies could pull off on purpose and work well. House Shark. But yeah, 0. Like I didn't think there was anything overly cheesy about the movie. Like if the effects for the sharks were bad and looked fake, that would be cheesy.
But they were real sharks.
They looked great. They were integrated great. I thought the acting was good. There was no cheesy over the top terrible shit. Like acting was fine. I feel like it was good. I think the acting was good.
Movie. It was like an all-around medium movie for me. It wasn't bad. But it wasn't like something I watched.
It was kind of dry.
Okay.
Pun intended.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was all right.
It's definitely not an action-packed movie, but it is, it
was okay.
It was pretty, yeah, okay.
Moving on. For what it is. It's good for what it is.
What do you got for cheese? Did you do 0 also?
0. I said 0. Yeah. This movie is good for what it is, I think.
Shit, Jasmine.
What? It wasn't meant to be over the top. It wasn't. I mean, it says horror as like category, but like.
Well, according to our shark scale, the rating on this movie is a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, wait.
How many fins?
It's like 4.75 out of 5.
Okay.
According to our scale, because it got perfect on eye rolls, got perfect on cheese. It between mine and your brutality scores is 4. That averages out to like 4.75 out of 5 on the good side. Woo! Because eye rolls and cheese are kind of like golf, like the lower the better.
Yeah, but like
Sort of. It's kind of subjective. House shark, excellent. Those things are great. Ice
but like I
sharks,
said,
bad. Those things are bad. So it's very
this
subjective.
movie was for me in the middle.
According to this movie's perfect. According to our non-discussable, perfectly scientific rating scale, this movie is nearly perfect.
Would I
So
tell someone to go
I,
watch this movie? No.
I'm prepared. I am prepared to stand this movie now. It's perfect. It's near perfect. The Reef. Put it on the back of the DVD box. Near perfection. 4.75 out of 5. Jaws breakers.
No.
Is that a goal for this show, to be good enough to where we get like our blurb on the back of a DVD case?
That'd be funny. That'd be great.
That'd be amazing. That'd be fucking.
Would be.
Goals.
Goals. Yeah. Well, I would say that this movie is medium.
Do we get to record another goal? Do we record our own shark movie?
No, I don't want to be in a movie.
Wait.
I'll
get someone to play you.
I would be a extra in a shark movie.
Be an extra in your own movie about you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'd be like, "Oh."
You know what'd be funny? You know what'd be funny is if your character, the actress playing you, is about to be eaten by a shark, the extra, who is actually you in real life, like sacrifices yourself to save them.
That'd be funny.
So the real you, got eaten, saving you, the fake you.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're writing this movie already.
No.
All right. So I just wanted to do, before we move on to the trailer for the next movie we're gonna watch. I wanted to bring up some. I thought it'd be fun if we ranked all the movies that we watch up till now.
Give me a list.
So as we watch more movies, we add them to the list, and we got to slot them in. So we've watched 5 movies up to now. So it's a good point to start the list. And I've got them in order that I want, and you tell me if you agree or not, and we can debate on where they fall. So for me, number 1, best shark movie of all time up till now, so far in the show, 47 Meters Down 2 Uncaged. Number 2, House Shark. Number 3, The Reef. Number 4, Planet of the Sharks. And number 5, Ice Sharks.
You're missing a movie.
What am I missing?
Santa Shark.
Oh, fuck me. Santa Jaws.
Santa Jaws.
We watched 6 movies. Huh. Wow. So like, all right, well, let's put it in there. Where do we put Santa Jaws, Jasmine? Because I don't think it belongs above The Reef. But does it belong below Planet of the Shark? Like, first of all, do you agree with my list? No. So what's your number 1?
Obviously 47 Meters Down.
Okay, check. What's your number 2?
I don't really care about the rest of these movies.
You have to rank them. I don't care if you don't care.
Okay. I guess since I feel medium about The Reef, I'll put The Reef.
You want The Reef at number 2?
Either The Reef or Planet of the Sharks.
I'm sorry. Well, you can't pick both. You can't say this one or this one.
I'll just say The Reef. I'm gonna say The Reef because you like the really corny movies, and I want just a good.
Then what's your number 3?
So number 3 would probably hold on. I'm writing my other ones real quick.
I'm so upset with you. You have no idea.
I know.
I'm so upset with you.
You're gonna hate my whole list.
That's fine. Just do it already.
I'm gonna say Planet of the Sharks is my number 3.
Oh my god.
But
oh my god.
I'm gonna be real with all y'all listening. I didn't really care about any of these movies.
So wait, number 2 was The Reef for you.
Yeah, because I think it's an overall medium okay.
3 movie. Is Planet
of the
Sharks. You're insane.
And then you're not gonna like the rest of this.
I'm not. I know I'm not.
Then I put Santa Shark. Because it's a very original idea.
Santa Jaws. You can't
Santa
even
Jaws.
you
I
can't
keep
even get the
saying Santa Jaws.
title right.
Santa Jaws. I think it's an original idea.
Uh-huh. Number 5.
And then I have House Shark.
House Shark is number 5?
Yeah.
You're
And
an
then
insane
and
person.
then I just Ice Shark because it was stupid.
What about? Okay. All right.
Ice Shark was the dumbest movie. It seemed like it tried to be so scientific, and it just wasn't. It just fell through, and it didn't make sense on a lot of things. So that's last.
I think you swayed me on Santa Jaws as being my number 4, which is going to push Planet of the Sharks down to number 5.
Mm-hmm. To me,
and then number
Planet
6.
of the Sharks and Santa Jaws are very similar.
And then number 6 for me is going to be Ice Sharks. Yeah, but the difference is Santa Jaws has an antagonist that's different and original and neat. However, on the flip side of that, Planet of the Sharks is probably the better movie just by strength of strength of acting and effect and like visual effects alone. But I'll give the edge to Santa Jaws just because it's ridiculous and I kind of like that
original.
Shit. Which if you like ridiculous things, House Shark should be way up there just for the one dude alone that pokes people in the face and shark cum and the lederhosen guy. Like it's the finger in the butthole.
Stuff. You love that stuff, but I think I'm more on the other side of Shark.
It was a comedy. It was a comedy movie, and it was hilarious. It was so
I'm on the other side. We'll just have to say that you are on the comedy side of these shark movies, and I'm on the other side, which is like the more serious, realistic.
All right. Well,
crap.
So our number 1 unanimously is 47 Meters Down 2, Uncaged.
Yes.
Our number 2 is vastly different here because you got the Reef and I got House Shark.
Yeah, I know.
So my number 3 is the Reef. So I'm willing to compromise with you. I'm willing to bump on the overall list, the definitive list. I'm willing to move the Reef up to number 2. In exchange, you move House Shark up to number 3.
Okay.
Okay.
To be honest, all 3 of those movies to me were kind of like they were all cheesy, kind of ridiculous. So they all kind of fit in together with me. Mm-hmm. So I just picked which one I thought was
number 4. Both of us, we have Santa Jaws. However, you have Planet of the Sharks at 3.
I'm okay with making Santa Jaws 4 and Planet of the Sharks 5.
Okay.
And because like the Planet of the Sharks also tried to have some scientific malarkey, and Ice Sharks had the scientific
very
malarkey.
eye rolly. And so our unanimous last place as of now is Ice Sharks.
It was just
all right, so the official list that's going to run throughout the entirety of the show, and as we do more movies, we're going to add it to the list. It's going to be number 1, 47 Meters Down, Uncaged. Number 2, The Reef.
Check.
Number 3, House Shark. Number 4, Santa Jaws. Number 5, Planet of the Sharks. And number 6, Ice Sharks. Now, we're going to move on to the next movie we're going to be watching.
Woohoo!
Which is Ouija Shark, Jasmine.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And we're going to be watching that on March the 6th, as of this recording, March 6th, 2021. We'll be watching that on my channel, BREAKERstreams. Is that right, Jazz?
I thought we were watching it this weekend. I have it on the 27th.
No, the podcast comes out. No, everything got pushed back a week. Remember?
Okay.
You didn't update your calendar. So yeah, March 6th on BREAKERstreams, twitch.tv. We'll be watching Ouija Shark, Ghost Shark. I don't know. I haven't not watched the trailer. We're gonna watch it here in a minute. So check out the YouTube version of this. All the information for everything we do is in the description. So check us out, all those places. Also, we got our very first T-shirt. Yay, Jasmine.
You did?
Yeah, I showed you. Jasmine created some art for our Ouija Shark episode, and I thought it was so good. It deserved to be a T-shirt. I changed a little bit about it. I added our name in red letterings along the Ouija board.
I like it.
But in a way that I think is kind of cool. And so it's kind of collaborative in that sense, but it's mostly Jazmin did most of the hard work on that.
Are you gonna post a pic?
On what?
Well, when you share your screen for the YouTube, you can show it.
I mean, I reckon I could. Do you want to thank the people that showed up for
Yeah, while you do that and set up
the Reef while I do that?
Yeah. So we had 6 people, not including Mom Shark, who was actually there in person this time.
Taking my place. I was not able to be there in person due to scheduling errors, we'll call them. Ass.
But thank you, Abbott Costello, Casino Thanks,
Huh? Nothing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Auntie Shark, which we all know is our wonderful, amazing aunt. Stephanie Alexi. We have Lemon Juices 12 and Rubber Slayer. I think those 2 are you guys. The last 2 are new. So thank you guys so much for dropping by, even if you were just lurking for a little bit. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. So for
you got the audio all set up.
Viewers, I mean, I will if you just give me a damn minute here.
Give you a minute.
Share that screen. What am I supposed to do here? I already forgot how to do it.
I have to mention, I don't know if anyone cares.
There we go.
I don't know if anyone cares, but I am feeling better. I am no longer sick.
People do in fact care, Jazmin.
I am no longer sick, for those of you who were wondering.
All right. So Jazmin, can you see my screen?
Yes.
So here we go. The Jaws Breakers Ouija Shark t-shirt. Here's the design right here, which I think is fan freaking tastic. And here's a picture of what it looks like on the shirt. Obviously, you can change the color. Like I got it set to maroon as the default, but you can make it a black shirt if you want. You can make it a white shirt if you want. Like you can do whatever, and all the options in between.
Hey, am I gonna get a cut of this?
Sure. Well, if you want, we can split it. You'll get $1 and I'll get $1 and everyone will be happy.
Yeah. Yay for dollars.
That looks pretty good in the purple, doesn't it?
What does it look like pink? You know your girl loves the color pink. Let's see it. Not hot pink though.
Not too great.
Go to the other pink. The other pink. You got the other pink.
What is the other pink?
It's right next to the other. Right next to the hot one? Pink. Yeah.
It looks like a child's shirt. Which, speaking of which, you can actually buy a kid's shirt, mug, mask, sticker, hoodie, whatever you want.
The mug looks pretty sick. Go to the mug. Holy crap!
That sticker would look pretty good on the back of your car. Just saying.
Though, I wish,
here's the
if
mug.
possible, we need to talk about this. But if you could change it back to black, like have just an all black option, that'd be cool for me.
I mean, you can have an all black option.
No, like the lettering.
Oh, well, no, you don't want to do that, Jazmin, because it's Jaws Breakers. As opposed to having our name just a little teeny tiny, like right up here. So now we need to watch this trailer. And that website is tpublic.com/user/team cyanide, which I understand that is a very old, that's basically kind of like the name of the production company before I changed it to Pod Dog. And I've never updated I don't know if I can even change the name of that, but it is what it is for now. It's going to stay that way.
Hey guys, you should go buy one because that's my first piece of artwork that's actually on something.
It's great. And eventually we'll get our
I'm surprised, I didn't know.
Our little Jazzy boy and little Jazzy girl up on t-shirts, our little logo.
What about our Christmas shark?
I don't know. I mean, we can work on it. I wasn't planning on it, but we can work on it.
Make a green Christmas sweater with the...
Anyway, I don't think I can make Christmas sweaters, but we'll talk about it later. But we'll have the logo shark will come eventually, and I have plans for another shirt beyond that that'll come eventually. But also you can check out our other shows at Pokemon After Dark Rye and Let's Die, the His versus Hers Guide to the Apocalypse. Merch for those shows are also on there as well. And we just had a new Pokemon After Dark Rise shirt, the athletic department shirt, that's out. And then also there's a new one getting ready to come out, No Fox Given, here in a couple weeks. So look out for that. And eventually, probably some Breaker Streams merch, to tell you the truth. I don't know about Meteor. I don't know about Meteor at all.
I have not yet hit affiliate, so I don't plan on coming out with any merch.
I mean, the merch is independent of that. But here we go. We're going to watch the trailer for Ouija Shark. Woo! Here we go.
Woo! I'm excited. You fixed the audio? Okay, you did.
I was at the beach, and I found this Ouija board in the water.
Oh
Haven't I told you
my
not to fool
god.
around with those things?
It's
just
clearly
a
like a puppet. What is happening?
At least, I thought it was.
We're getting some POV looks here.
What the hell is going on around here?
Oh my god. Is that a shark?
Ghost.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
I think we somehow summoned it out of the board.
Why would anyone want to summon a shark?
A lot of the use of that POV camera. Why is it snarling like a tiger?
Shoot a ghost shark!
It's definitely a snarly guy, huh?
I mean,
Ooh, that looks bad. That looks real. I was real pumped for this movie.
I was too.
Ooh, not
What year did it come out? You said it came out when?
Last year,
This
2020.
movie came out in 2020, guys, and I do not know.
It's very clearly like a shark puppet that they made translucent, and
I'm gonna be
lots
real.
of POV shots from the shark's perspective, so that they don't have to edit the shark yet attacking people, and people can just go in the camera as they get eaten. Lots of that.
Brett and I could make a better movie.
The thing, no, that's not true. That is absolutely not true. Now the girl is like sitting at the edge of the pool saying, "You don't see that every day," and then it's just a giant translucent puppet shark hovering over the water but not doing anything else. It's just ridiculous. Hopefully it's funny. Like, that's what I'm hoping from this. I will say I like the protagonist though. Man, something about those septum piercings, man, they did it for me. Swipe right.
I mean, the shark looks pretty neat, but he brought a shotgun. He brought a shotgun to kill a ghost shark. Like, come on, bruh.
If they're smart, that shotgun's filled with salt so they can get supernatural.
How long is this movie? I feel like this has to be a shorter movie.
I couldn't tell you. Don't know. That's something.
This looks like a shorter movie to me, honestly. But I guess we'll see.
Then.
When
we sure will. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for Jaws Breakers. This has been episode 6, I guess.
Yes.
Join us March 6th for when we watch Ouija Sharks on Breaker Streams.
7 o'clock.
Jasmine, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
You guys can follow me on Twitch and subscribe to me on YouTube at Meteor Doll. One word.
Hells yeah.
And that's it. That's it for me.
That's it for me.
And check out our new merch. I didn't know that was a surprise.
We spent enough time. We spent enough time talking about it. It's not a surprise. I told you about it. Not a surprise. I told you about it. Not a surprise. I told you about it.
I don't remember him.
I even sent you a picture of the shirt.
No, you didn't.
Oh yes, I did.
You did not.
Oh yes, I did.
You didn't, y'all. Anyways.
Yes, I did.
Anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We appreciate you guys, and
smile, you son of a bitch. Fucking hell. Bye.
Bye.